Obesity, it's a problem that's more than just a healthy issue and how many calories we eat. Every person in America deals with this issue on a daily basis, on a way or another. It's estimated that 1 in 3 people in the United States is obese. That's nearly 72 million people. In addition to health concern, obesity has emotional, mental, and social effects on people. Obesity in America reached a critical level. Almost every aspect of our life is in danger. The first step toward ending the damage is learning how to fight back. The obesity epidemic is a problem that's come up over the last 30 years. It's a threat to our nation, social, economics, and physical health. But unlike the natural disaster, obesity is often preventable, although overall obesity rates appear to be leveling off. There are still far too many Americans who are overweight or obese and who continue to develop health problems as a result. In order to end the epidemic, everyone must be a part of the solution. Even a small amount of excess weight accumulated slowly at the rate of a few pounds a year over many years can lead to type 2 diabetes. Obesity is not only one of the top public health issues facing our country, it's also threat to our nation's bottom line. Raising obesity rates threaten to drag our economy down through higher healthcare costs and lower production. Human beings today live in a biological time warp of sorts. There is a mismatch or a disconnect between the way our bodies adapt to deal with the food scarcity through tons of thousands of years of evolution and our modern world of inactive and abundance of cheap, sugar-laden and fatty food. The world has changed, but our biology has not.
Okay.
You know what? I feel bad. Hamad's a really good guy. I should take him to the gym with me. Friends don't let other friends become obese. I'm gonna talk to him.
What's up, man?
What's up?
What are you doing?
What does it look like I am doing?
All I see you eating, drinking, and playing games all day.
I do what I feel I'm doing.
Please, come. I wanna show you something.
Let me finish my game.
Please, come.
This is my last game.
Please, come.
What are you going to show?
Please, I wanna show you something. Please, come. Please sit here.
Americans are not winning their battle against obesity. One study found that obesity rates for adults actually rose in 28 states this year. Only the District of Columbia showed a decline. So why is it that Americans keep getting fatter in spite of government efforts ranging from calorie posting to new school lunch programs? We asked Nightline's John Donovan to sift through all the reporting we've done on the problem over the past year to try to find the real villain behind the obesity epidemic.
Americans spend a lot of money trying to lose weight and a lot of time talking about it.
We're spending $150 billion a year treating obesity-related illnesses, so we know this is a problem and there's a lot at stake.
But not even her exhortations seem to be getting through, because this new study published today in the Journal of Adolescent Youth looked at more than 6,000 middle school children across the nation and found that nearly 7% are not obese, but severely obese, in the 99th percentile for weight, which means the problem is worse than believed. The second study by the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation and Trust for America's Health, both public health advocacy groups, not only found obesity rates up in 28 states, but also that more than a quarter of the population is obese in 2/3 of the states. But why, if we know this is going on, do we keep putting on weight? In a series of our own Nightline reports on different aspects of the problem, we heard theories about why we're gaining and theories on how we can lose. First, theories about what's in it, what's in the food we eat. There is the single ingredient theory, that it's fructose.
Fructose is the cause of the current epidemic.
This is not food, by my definition.
It's not food?
No. If you look at processed food, the three buttons that are consistently pushed by the food scientists are sweet, fat, and salt. Our bodies are not well adapted to the food environment we're in. There's a disconnect now between what we evolved to like and what's now available to us.
Whole grain guaranteed. I mean, Quaker produces oats, right?
Then there is another category, how they sell it, the food we eat. New York Times food writer Mark Bittman took issue with the green check mark, a symbol introduced by several food makers last year to indicate that these items were smart choices for people who wanted to start eating better.
Fruit Loops, of course, has no fruit in it, just to set the record straight. I mean, it has more sugar per serving than many cookies. When sugar is 40% by weight of the product, what is the product? The product is dessert. It's not breakfast cereal, it's dessert.
But there's actually added vitamin A and vitamin C and fiber.
But you can put vitamins and minerals in garbage and it'll meet the nutritional requirements as long as the garbage is low in fat, basically.
Again, there was another point of view.
We believe the Smart Choices logo can move people, I'll call it up the ladder, away from high-fat foods, foods with high sugar content, foods with high cholesterol in them. I think we can move people by gradually saying, this is a smarter choice than you've been taking before.
But it was not long after this broadcast that the green checkmark program was dropped. Then there's a whole set of theories built on how we eat it, which several of our reports found is mostly without thinking.
You hungry?
Yeah.
Like the family in Republic, Missouri, who volunteered to let us watch them eat for a day, where the discovery they made upon being watched was they didn't have any idea how many calories they were taking in.
I could drink a 2 liter a day.
So 2 liters a day of Mountain Dew is how many calories, do you know?
No idea. I never had to think about it.
And the family in West Virginia, where there are 11 brothers and sisters and everyone has diabetes, and they know the smart way to eat, they just don't seem willing to stick to it. Which brings us finally to all the reports we've done on what we should be doing about this. We went to a school in Wyoming where they not only started limiting portion sizes and pushing fruits and vegetables, they also began to put the kids' body mass index on their report cards. We visited Albert Lea, Minnesota, that was trying out several ideas proposed by Dan Buettner, who has studied how healthier communities around the world do it. The local restaurant changed its menu. The kids started going to school this way, the walking school bus, they call it, instead of the real one.
Here's your breakfasts.
We profiled British chef Jamie Oliver and his TV series, devoted to getting Huntington, West Virginia, to lose weight.
I need you to know that this is going to kill your children early. Yeah, we're talking about 10, 13, 14 years off their life.
And back to that family in Republic.
So let's see how many 3/4 cup servings are in this bowl.
We got them in touch with a nutritionist who taught them a lot they didn't know before about portion control.
Oh no.
Results?
That's right.
Well,
Okay.
we do know this, that in Republic at least, the mom has lost 18 pounds and her husband 36, which shows it can be done, but you have to try. And maybe there just isn't enough of that going on. I'm John Donvan for Nightline in Washington.
The reason why we chose this topic is that while we were looking at the news reports from different online newspaper articles, we came across too many articles that talked about obesity, and we found the topic to be interesting. We learned that recently many people are become obese from the types of food they eat. Fast food are getting really convinced and cheap. To avoid obesity, we must follow a healthy eating plan. Make a healthy food choice. Focus on portion size. Be active. Make personal time active. Limit the use of TVs, computers, DVDs, and video games because they reduce time for physical active. Methods to deal with obesity include a range of therapies such as a diet and exercise, behavior therapy, weightless drug therapy, paratherapy, steps to improve health, to add movement into your daily life. Set an alarm and get up every hour and walk or stretch for a few minutes. Take a walk at lunchtime or after work. Don't do drive through anything. Park and go in. The battle against obesity will eventually be won, not by a silver bullet, government program, bill, or fad diet, but by combined and diverse efforts of individual, organization, business, and governments. We must attack the problem from all directions and with all tools at our disposal, from building new parks to operating healthy food trucks, opening new grocery stores and other healthy food outlets, to planting community gardens and everything in between. We have come to the end of the presentation. Thanks for listening.